he's going to be late. So anyway,
Sure.
I'm going to turn it over to you right here. Okay?
Yep.
The first thing you do is endorse Tim.
Okay.
And then he can go. He's got an event in 12.
Okay, so
Do
make
you
a
want to go
note.
get one of the agendas?
I will.
Okay, endorse Tim, then we'll do the officers' elections, then the bylaw. Oh, I thought they were Alan.
No. What about timing our candidates? Are people going to be saying anything?
Yeah, you can do that,
How
Tim.
much time should they have?
Maximum a minute. It's like 30 seconds.
Okay, so the people that are running for our
Yeah, same
election
thing.
get 1 minute.
Yeah,
You better announce it.
I will. Alan, you announce that our people get 1 minute to 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah, so it'll be
So with Tim,
Tim,
then
officer,
electors.
then the bylaws changes, because that could be a little bit, and then we move, and we're getting late already.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a good time to start.
Yeah. Hello, thank you. Hello, can you all hear me? These mics are crazy. Thank you, Dancy. Yeah, these mics are kind of crazy. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. How's this one? Does this work too? Yeah? This one is working? All right. Okay, so hello. Hello, I know people are coming in. You can't hear. All right, I'm going to do this one. I know, it's too far, Kelly. It's just too far from. You have to pick it up and.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Well, but yeah, but Kelly's good without a mic. Kelly doesn't need a mic. All right. We're starting just a little late. The traffic is not good out there, as you all know. But okay, this is it. Now you can hear me. Hi, welcome to the West LA Dem Club annual meeting for 2014. Yeah, I'm Cara Robin. I am the current president of the club. Actually, I'm plug myself, running for re-election. And tonight is many things going on tonight. We're having our club annual elections. We have bylaws changes. We have an endorsement vote. We have several candidates here who are running for office that we want to introduce. The first order of business, since it is an annual meeting, is to give you a membership report. And as of January 31st, we have 220 dues-paying members, which are actually increasing by the day. And yeah, I'm happy to say that. Yeah, and we also, people have to renew. We have to generally renew by this annual meeting. But we are looking for a bylaws change, which Alan Bale will explain later, where we're at. We're going to try it year to year. We're going to try to do, you join in June, you're good till the following June. Anyway, you'll hear about that. So we have 220 members. Our treasury has, in our federal account, we have $8,642.74. And in our state account, we have $506.06. Obviously, it's a good start, but it's not the $20,000 we really like to have in an election cycle to give to candidates, to keep Democrats in office, not only locally, not only statewide, but across the nation. We always give money. I mean, I think it was our money that put Al Franken in office. I said we gave him 3 separate times. We even contributed to his vote count, So we're out there. We look at the races. We've got our Mark Salzberg here, who is our race predictor maven. And, he'll send charts out. If you are a member of the club, you're on our Yahoo group, unless you opt out, which happens now and again. But if you're a member of the club, we send things out. We send this little, inside information out. And Mark will do charts for us and give us an idea of the races countrywide. Who we need to be looking at, who needs our help, who has a chance to win. And he analyzes the various pundits and comes up with a sheet for us to look at. So another perk of being with the club. So that's what I want to ask you all, to be generous as you can when you join. support our efforts. If we do fundraisers, come to them, and all of that. I'm asking. That's my what's that called? Annual giving pledge, or help. Yeah. Oh, you're all listening. Okay, thank you. All right. Anyway, so there was the State of the Union. The takeaway from the State of the Union was what? Oh, hi, Susie. No, that's not Susie. Can't see. So the takeaway was the federal wage increase, right? To the hoping the federal workers their minimum wage will go up to $10.10. Yeah. Well, that may be a fight, but you know that more than 30 states in the country now are working to do this. They're writing legislation. They're doing ballot measures to get this passed because people want it. People want a wage increase. So it started. The buzz is going. It's going. It's happening. And I think it will pass all across the country, and I'm so happy. And Councilman Bonin has something to share with us about that. I think a local measure that's being proposed. And when he gets here, and he's going to talk to us a little bit and talk about that. Of course, the other buzz on everyone's lips here on the West Side and actually nationally is the retirement of our beloved Congressman Henry Waxman. That's a big deal, and so we have a lot of candidates getting into this race, and it's going to be a very important race to watch. We are going to have a candidate forum so that you can hear from the candidates and decide who you like, who you want to support, with your money, with your feet, with your phone calls, because that's what we do. We as a club support our candidates, especially if we have an endorsed candidate. Then there's all these people coming out and helping you. So we've got the congressional candidate for Henry's seat. Then one of the candidates, Ted Lieu, is also running for Congress now. He is our state senator. So his seat becomes available, right? Okay. A lot of people are in that race, too, some here tonight. Then we have our 62nd Assembly District race, which has 5 or 6 Democrats declaring on that. That's another race to watch. And then, of course, we have the supervisors race. And we've got 4 candidates who've declared for that, and we'll see. Some candidates who wanted to come tonight have endorsement meetings tonight, a union endorsement interview, candidate interviews, so they could not be here, but they will be coming. They're going to try and come at the end of the evening and talk to y'all after our program. So if you are interested in speaking to them, that's fine. So right now, what I'd like to do is bring up some of the candidates to introduce themselves. We're asking that they don't take more than a minute, just because we have a program to do and our own elections to do. So I'm going to start with, I don't have everybody's card, everybody who's here who's running. Are you running?
I'm not running, but I just ask a question. I wonder, when we hear from people at the podium or nearby, if we could all be focusing our attention on that rather than the buzz around the room.
Thank you so much. No, I love that. I think one of our problems is people are coming in and checking in. That's the same. So check in, people, whispering, okay? Thank you very much. So let's hear from longtime member, very longtime member and candidate for Congress, Miss Wendy Gruhl.
Thank you. And she said they were going to be, are you timing me there, Mark? Okay, I'll be quick. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. You are true Democrats and dedicated if you came out in this rain tonight. So thank you very, very much. And I think the thing I want to say is these are going to be big shoes to fill. Let's give a round of applause for Congressman Waxman, who has served our community for 40 years. And we can all remember those times where he was sitting there and grilling people about the issues that were important for our communities, whether it be environment, whether it be on smoking, whether it be on making sure, I have 30 seconds, okay. He was great and is great there. I'm running for Congress because when I woke up last Thursday morning and heard that he was not running, I got this feeling that said, I can make a difference in being a Congress. I can use my voice to make sure that women's rights and reproductive rights are still part of the agenda, and the importance of not having a Congress and Tea Partiers who aren't paying attention to those things and trying to take away our rights. I'm running to make sure that we have good jobs and that we have environmental policies that are ensuring that here on the West Coast that in fact we're going to be able to protect not only our water and our air and other things. I'm running because I worked in the federal government at the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and having homeless veterans is criminal to me, and was very much involved in the beginning when we had, in the 1980s, as I said, I know I don't look that old, but when I worked for Tom Bradley, and we fought the federal government to make sure that New Directions had a place on that VA. And it's been how many years since then that they actually have put in homeless programs? Time is now. So I'm running for Congress because also my son is president of his school because why? Because he had a good education, people support him, but you know what? He also had good preschool. Every kid in this country should have preschool. President Obama, not only last year but this year, talked about preschool. Never in the history has a president talked about that. There is much to do, and you need a fighter and an advocate and someone who is never going to forget our home and our neighborhoods and how important it is. So today I stand here today, a week after this announcement, and say we're ready to go. And as my son said when I said, we're thinking of running for Congress, what do you think? He goes, yeah, Mom, let's do it. So let's do it together. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, and now we have another longtime West LA Dem Club member and our current state senator, Mr. Ted Lieu.
Thank you, Cara, and I'm so honored to be here. And let me first thank all of you. Not only do you help elect Democrats, you make sure we act like Democrats once we're in office. So thank you for doing that. So I have to say that Henry Waxman is a living legend. It's just an honor for all of us to even be in his district. And it's sad that he's going to retire. But now there's a vacancy. And let me sort of take you back about 5 years when California was facing many of the same issues that our nation is. We had a $40 billion budget deficit. Our economy was on the verge of collapse, and we were on the verge of a government shutdown. But we didn't do that. We worked together. We worked across the aisle. I made some very painful decisions, and we stabilized the state of California, provided a foundation for which to grow, and now we turned a $40 billion budget deficit into a $2 billion surplus. We have the lowest unemployment over 5 years. Our credit rating has increased, and that's the kind of leadership and experience I'd like to bring to Congress. I'm deeply honored to have your help and support. My children go to school in this district. I represent 86% of this district. I'm a longtime resident, and thank you for all the support you've given to me over the years. And I'm just blessed to even be in this position. Thanks so much.
We also have someone else who's declared a new face on the scene. Her name is Barbara Mulvaney. She is an attorney, and she will tell you a few things about her. She is declared she has pulled her papers for running for intention to run for Congress. Barbara.
Thank you, Kara. I am Barbara Mulvaney. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yeah. I actually have such a big voice, I could probably do it. No? All right. How's that? Okay. I am not a politician. I have worked for government my whole life. I have worked for the LADA's office. I worked for Janet Reno in Miami as a prosecutor. I worked for Tom Udall in Santa Fe as a prosecutor of government corruption. I also worked at the county attorneys there and worked on drought issues, aquifers, you name it, any problem with the county, we worked on those. I then went overseas and I worked for the United Nations, and I was the prosecutor for the Rwandan genocide. I stayed there on one case. They brought me in to lead, which was the leaders of the perpetrators of the Rwandan genocide, the military masterminds. So I tried the Bagasora case for 6 years, and I lived in Arusha, Tanzania. Thank you very much. And it was very hard. I've been away from home for a long time. But after Rwanda, I then joined the State Department and worked for Hillary Clinton as a special advisor. Throughout this time, I have worked on women's issues. In the Rwandan genocide, I got a rape conviction for under command responsibility on Bagasora, who is the mastermind of the Rwandan genocide, which is, in international women's issues, is a huge success. Anyway, I look forward to meeting all of you. I grew up, I went to Paseo del Rey. I was the DA up in Malibu. I was the DA in Santa Monica. I had a house in Malibu, I owned a house in Venice. I live in the district. I'm just moving my house back in. And I've been in DC for the last couple of years recovering from breast cancer. But I am fit and I am ready to go. And I'm very excited. And more than anything, I want to hear what your issues are. And I also went to Paseo del Rey and Playa del Rey and played in the wetlands as a child. So I know the district well, and I look forward to it. And I'm so glad to see everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Great. Oh, nice. Okay, and now we have one of our state Senate candidates who we last saw at our holiday party. And it's kind of famous woman for some reason. Ask Rush Limbaugh, right? Ms. Sandra Fluke.
Thank you so much, Cara. Good evening, everyone. This is my favorite kind of room to talk to because you guys are grassroots activists that make things happen, and I'm a grassroots activist who's been making things happen, advocating for legislation for about 10 years now. Now, I know, as Cara said, that many of you may know me for the work that I did in DC, standing up to conservative attacks on women's health care and trying to silence women in the way that many communities are silenced. I'm really proud of the fact that I helped us to win that fight, but I want you to know about the rest of the work that I've done. I've been making LA my home for many years now. All of that time has been here on the west side in this district. During that time, I've represented victims of domestic violence and human trafficking. I've fought for a living wage. I have worked on so many of the social justice issues that all of you care about. I want to go to Sacramento because it's where we can create progressive change that will roll across the country. California should always be a model for the rest of the country, and I look forward to making that happen with each and every one of you. Now, if you want to get active, you can check out standwithsandra.org. For those of you who are delegates this weekend, I would really appreciate your support at the CDP pre-endorsement conferences, and I really look forward to getting to know all of you even better. This is the first room I've gotten to say this to. My name's Sandra Fluke, and I'm a candidate for California State Senate.
Good. Yeah, you know these candidates. Have to go and do the next room. I'd like to call up one of our our DNC members who would like to say a few words. Andrew Lockman, he has a short report from the Democratic National Committee. And I think he's aided by Charlotte. 1 minute, can you do it for a minute?
Thank you. Actually, I know you're just here because you want to meet Charlotte. It's okay.
Yay, Charlotte.
Actually, the first time I actually brought her was to any political event was the 50th AD elections. So she's now a grizzled veteran. But it's my night to watch her. I just wanted to let you know about the DNC Small Business Council. I'm the new national chair, and we're looking for small business owners who want to be active in the community, make sure that they know that this president has been good for small business. I know at least for someone like myself who has seen our healthcare costs be cut by at least a third thanks to ACA, we can appreciate everything. And with all the upheaval that's going on in our community, with all the little shifts, and we have some people who are newer community, some who've been here for a long time, the businesses will stay. And we need to make sure that the people know the Democratic Party is the voice of small business, as it always has been. So if any of you want to get involved, it's lackman4dnc@mac.com. And I will answer everything. And thank you very much. You can see I'm losing my grip on Charlotte here too. So she's getting heavier. She's a year and a half old already. So, but thank you all very much.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Hi, Charlotte. Hi. Okay, I got a little news. Councilmember Bonin is, tied up in some traffic. He'll be here if this will be fine. Eric Bauman is 10 minutes away, which is perfect because we have about 15 minutes before the program and we need to start with our club elections. And for that, since I am a candidate, I need to turn over this meeting right now to our past president, Alan Bale.
Thank you. We have an initial order of business. We have one of our longtime members who is a candidate for Torrance City Council, Tim Goodrich. And Tim, would you like to speak to us for just a minute?
Good evening, Democrats. Good to be back up on the west side here. I know Torrance is not in this area so much, but I used to be very involved up here, former board member of the West LA Dem Club. I'm a veteran, co-founded Iraq Veterans Against the War, was never political before that war, and before you knew it, I was on the board here, I was out walking precincts, knocking on doors, on the phone, and on and on and on, and now I'm a candidate for City Council in Torrance, where, if you haven't heard, we have a shortage of Democrats. So there's only 2 viable Democrats for 4 seats down there. That's the best case scenario. I happen to be one of those. I've been given an early endorsement by the LA County Democratic Party, and we are one of only 2 races that's prioritized this year by the County Dem Party. So very happy to have their support. Been endorsed by Elmir Tsuchi and numerous others. This race is ours to win, so I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Is there a motion from the floor to endorse Tim Goodrich for City Council? Is there a second? Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor, please hold up your blue ballot. Okay, all opposed? Just Mary Ann. I was a mistake, I think. Okay, congratulations, Tim. We're going to be electing our club officers to carry on in the coming year. There may be nominations from the floor, and I don't know of anybody that has interest in running other than those listed on the ballot. And I'd ask each of the people that are up one at a time to come up and speak to us just for 30 seconds to a minute, hopefully keep it closer to 30. The first is Cara Robin. And she wants to be president.
Well, hi, I'm Cara. You know me. If you choose to elect me, this will actually be my 4th president. I really enjoy serving you all, and I hope to help us elect Democrats and be the great club we have been for years and years and years. And so I humbly ask for your vote yet once again. Thank you.
Are there any other candidates for president? Okay, I would ask then, is there any, why don't we just vote? All in favor of re-electing Cara, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, congratulations, Cara. And Lauren Scott is a candidate for Vice President Political. Lauren.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauren Scott, and I was born and raised right here in Mar Vista, 6 blocks from this church. And I am a teacher. I've been a teacher for the past 14 years. And within that, I am also a elected member of the CTA PAC for all of the LAUSD teachers. And because of that, I have relationships with a lot of the politicians here in LA. And I am kind of obsessed with politics, and thus my desire for this role. Hopefully, I can continue that in this position, and you'll vote for me, and I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Are there any other candidates for Vice President Political? Seeing none, all in favor of Lauren for Vice President Political, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Lauren. Vice President Operations, Ingrid Van Eckert.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ingrid Van Eckert. I have been with the West LA Dems for quite a few years. Before that, I was in the Coneo Club, being active. I had a house out there which my husband thought was the only house in the entire area where people could have fundraisers. It was always at my house. So since I got used to having a lot of parties, I continued to arrange for the parties and events here for the club. I'm also a manager. I have a full-time job at Blue Shield of California. And they often wonder, where's Ingrid? Anyway, my passion is to get Democrats elected. There is nothing else that's more important. So if you elect me again, that will be what I'll be doing. And of course, putting on the parties. So thank you so much. I know most of you, and it's really been a pleasure working with all of you. Thank you.
Are there any other candidates for VP Operations? Okay. All in favor of re-electing Ingrid, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations. And a candidate for treasurer, Dennis Hioki.
Hello, my name is Dennis Aoki. The last name is spelled A-O-K-I. I'm a transplant from Chicago to L.A. I'm a transplant from Chicago to L.A. This microphone is very directional. You need to poke it right at your mouth to get it. As far as relevant experience goes, probably the most relevant is being a small businessman, so I had to pay attention to books doing that. Other than that, I'm a retired engineer, and I've got how many seconds? 24? Okay. And main reason I'm running is probably because no one else is running, and I feel I can learn something. That's all. Any questions? If you have questions, I'll... No?
Okay, thank you. Are there any other candidates for treasurer? Nope. Okay, all in favor of Dennis, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Dennis. And for secretary, Kelly Willis. Time's up.
as I was driving over here tonight, I realized this is 10 years for me in this club. And when I first decided to get back into politics, I called my senator, and they weren't interested in volunteers. And I called my representative, and they weren't interested in volunteers. And I called my county, and it wasn't interested in volunteers. And I kept looking around, and I found you guys, and I've been here ever since. It's like nobody wants me except you. Doing the secretary job is kind of a one-time shot every month, but we try to get the minutes posted up on the website. We're trying to do a better job of that, but it keeps us honest. And the other nice thing is as a result of that, I get drafted into being the AV guy and putting stuff up and putting the e-letter out now. Mark Haskin was nice enough to hand this back to me, and he did a wonderful job for many years, and I'm just trying to get back onto it. So I'm told I have 15 seconds left, and I'll let you all ponder my candidacy in that period of time. Thank you.
You still pondering? No. Okay, are there any other candidates for secretary? All in favor of Kelly? Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Kelly. We have 3 candidates for member at large. Those individuals take on different responsibilities and duties depending on the needs of the club and their inclinations. There are 3 candidates announced. There are 3 positions. I'll first introduce each of the 3 announced candidates and then anybody else who is interested. The first is Joan Gallagher.
Hello, all. I, too, have been with the club for 10 years. Me and Kelly and Mark, and so you have a lot of other people. I am involved in precinct walking and phone banking for candidates, and that, too, is my passion, to get Democrats elected. Democrats with a progressive agenda. I think that's really important. And thank you very much for considering voting for me, and I hope to see you again.
Thank you, Joan. The next candidate for member at large is Julie Goodman.
Thank you. I'm Julie Goodman. I've been a member of this club and this board for probably 7 or 8 years. I was secretary for a while and have been co-chair for membership with Tracy Gore this past year, and really thank you to all the new members and renewing members. We welcome you, and as member at large, if I am elected, I'll be calling you and doing some outreach to members to see what you're interested in, because we have so much going on in this election year, and there will be a lot of volunteer opportunities. I think that's it for now. I joined Kelly. Think about me, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Julie. And our next candidate for member at large is David Lyle.
Thank you, Alan. Hi, I'm David Lyle. I grew up and attended public schools in Palo Alto, California, where I benefited from free lunch programs where 90% of the students graduated from college, and we never tied teacher pay to student performance on standardized tests. This past year, I served as the VP political for the club, and it was an honor, and this is such an amazing group. Separately, I'm running for re-election in my union, United Teachers Los Angeles. I'm the elected secretary, and but that's another story. And just wrapping up, you know, don't tell it. Well, of course, we can do better as a club in certain areas, and don't tell any of the other clubs I said this, but the West LA Democratic Club is the best club in all of LA County. So, thank you.
Thank you, David. Are there any other candidates for member at large? I was thinking, yeah, come on up, Eric. I'm sorry, you're now officially, yes, you're now an official candidate to be member at large. But seeing no second, are there any other candidates for member at large? Okay, there's been a motion to elect the three by acclamation. All in favor of that election by acclamation, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, congratulations. We do have another order of business, and that is amendments to the club bylaws. You should each have a yellow sheet. Hopefully have taken some time to look at that. I won't ask how many have actually done that. And there's a little bit of a cheat sheet at the top. We wanted to change, or the proposal is to change Article 3, Section 3 with regard to dues. As it currently is stated, the dues are due and payable January 1st annually. And the proposal is to change that so that your dues are, once you pay, you are a member for 1 year.